Hey guys, welcome to the team call. Thanks for being here. Today we're just going to talk about, I'm just going to talk about really what's been on my mind the last couple weeks and kind of the things that I'm working on. I just really want you guys to know what I do and the things that I work on and the things that I think and all the stuff that I go through, because it's probably pretty similar of the things, the things that you go through, just maybe on a different level because my business is in a different place. But I think that a lot of you will be able to relate with that. But before we get started, I really want to go into talking about, giving recognition to our coaches, our top coaches and top recruiters for the week. So let me just pull that up. So for the week, it was the week of November 6th through November 12th. Our 500 club was Christine Olson, or Teeny Olson, with 780 PV, Fry with 555 PV, Alexis Doss with 555 PV. For the 1000 club, we had Alexa Campbell with 1357, Vanessa Brown with 1310, and Brittany Powers with 1272. So congratulations to our top coaches. For top recruiters, we had David Green with 3 coaches, Anona Wilden with 2, Gabrielle Rios with 2, Sarah Chiquianes with 2, and Meredith Gerson with 2 new coaches. So congratulations, you guys. I know that November is a tough month, and we're going to talk about that a little bit at the end of the call, but consistent, and that's really what consistency does for you. So congratulations, and I hope that you celebrate when you see your name on those boards. So let's just talk about what's going on with me. So I've had a lot of stuff going on lately, and I'm so happy that I have you guys to kind of share that with. But let me just kind of set the stage for you as to who I am. And a lot of you guys know how I am and how I've built my business up to this point. But I'm very much a mother hen kind of person, right? So I'm very much like take people under my wing, and I believe in them, and I give them the strength to push forward. And I really motivate people, and I'm always reaching out to people, and I'm always saying, I know you can do it, and I'm always giving people the extra push. And I think that that is really helpful to build your business. And I think that you have to believe in people for people to believe in themselves. But here's where I'm running into trouble with as my business grows. So I've been doing that for a lot of my coaches and a lot of people on my downline. But because I'm doing that, I'm giving them a crutch, and I'm allowing them to rely on my motivation to move forward. And if you're listening to this call and you're one of my coaches, or you're someone in the downline that I've worked really closely with, you know what I'm talking about. You know that my motivation is what keeps you going a lot of times, and I'm always there pouring out my heart and soul, giving you advice and telling you how to move forward, and that is what you need. That's exactly what you need to take the next step. And then the next time you need the next step, you come right to me, and you need that motivation. And you know what's hard is that the team is growing, and it's so hard to continue to pour out and pour out and pour out. Because the second that I pull back, or the second that I just need some time to just say, I can't really motivate anybody else because I need to motivate myself right now, it seems like some of the foundation starts to crumble because everybody's relying on me for motivation. So maybe you're feeling like, okay, this is what's happening with my team. I feel like I'm the only motivation in their life. They're not doing this they're only doing this because I'm motivating them to do this. Well, I think it's good to motivate people in the beginning because we want to get them a kickstart, and we want to kind of get them over that hump and see what the potential is in this business. But I think there's a point when we have to empower them and say, I can no longer motivate you. You've got to do this for yourself. And I think I'm at that point in my business, and it's been a long time coming, and it should have happened probably a long time ago. But I'm really feeling like I have a really, really good sense of how I can make sure that my new coaches that I'm working with in Rock the Basics understand that they have to motivate themselves to want to do this business. It has to come from them. They cannot rely on me to push to the next step. And I talked to a lot of people about this over the last couple of weeks, and it's just a realization I've come to, and I just want you guys to learn from a lot of the stuff that has happened in my business so that you don't make the same mistakes and you can move faster in your business than I did. You can start earning much more residual income than I did at a quicker pace. So that's why I share these trials and tribulations with you. But I really feel like if we allow people to have their self-motivation, that they will continue to take this path and to build their business, not because of me or not because of you, but because they want to. When I look back and I think back on when I started, my upline coach, Lori, who's 2 up from me, was always there for me. And she was there for me when I had questions. Lori and I never had really scheduled one-on-ones. If I needed her help, I'd just call her, or I'd say, hey, can you talk for a minute? And I'd ask her, and it was more tactical. It was never like, Sarah, you can do this. I know you can do this. And I know Lori believed in me, but she didn't have to do that for me. It was just like, I love this and I wanted it, so I went and got it. I always think of, like Carly on our team. Carly is 3 levels down from me in my downline, and she is going for top 10, and she would be going for top 10 whether or not I was pushing her. I mean, I know that I gave her some really big belief in the beginning, but this is all her pushing. I mean, there is no way that she would stay motivated to continue for top 10 if it was me motivating her. I mean, this is a huge feat, and it's a lot of work. So that is all self-motivation. So think about yourself. I mean, if you're listening to this call, you're self-motivated because you are doing it yourself. So it takes motivation. And I just want you to know that no matter where you are in this business, no matter if you have any coaches or not, just know that we have to embrace and empower self-motivation on our team. Otherwise, it will drain ourselves and pull from our own self-motivation. There's a time and place to give coaches motivation, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. I'm just saying to be very aware of how much motivation you're giving to your team, and just know where that line is, okay? And I don't say this because I'm just like, oh, I just want all of my coaches to go off on their own and fly. I say this because I just want you guys to do it on your own. It feels so much better to just get out there and be resourceful and do it on your own. But I will always be here for you. That's the thing. Team Triceps has all the resources you could ever imagine. You can post on Team Triceps, and I really try to engage in a lot of the posts and make sure that I'm commenting. For my personally sponsored coaches, we have a group. You can always catch me there. For my personally sponsored coaches, you can always reach out to me, and I will always be there. For you guys that are not my personally sponsored coaches, you have your upline that will always be there. You can always go to them for that tactical stuff, like, hey, what's the next step? I want to reach this goal. Can you give me some guidance on how to reach this goal? Because I'm going to get it. And they'll give you the steps, and they'll be there for you. Okay, all I'm saying is that I'm kind of switching my focus, and I'm not going to be like reaching out to people being like, hey, where are you? Hey, are you going to hit Success Club this month? Hey, are you pushing a diamond? Hey, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you finishing Rock the Basics? I want people that are going to run with me. I want people right by me who are here with me, going forward with me. Okay, so I'm just going to stop dragging people, and I'm going to stop trying to pull them up to my level. I want people at my level there with me the whole time. And I think the only way to get people there at that level is to expect that, and to just say that's what I'm doing. I am expecting people to run with me. I'm expecting self-starters. And in this business, you just have to be a self-starter. You have to be resourceful. You have to want it. And how do you want it? How do you really push to want it? You push because you have a deep-seated why. You know exactly why you want this business. So if you don't know why you want this business, you need to reconnect with that. You need to take some time and say to yourself, okay, what is my perfect day in the life? What is the perfect day look like for me if I had anything I could have in the world? And then I want you to backtrack and say, how can Team Beachbody get me to that point? Okay, so I was just talking with a coach of mine and I was telling her, my perfect day in the life doesn't really look like me sitting at my computer recruiting all day long. It doesn't, and that may shock you guys, but it doesn't. I love doing this. I absolutely love getting out there and talking to people and recruiting and mentoring you guys and teaching my team. But here's what my perfect day in the life looks like. It looks like I get up, I have coffee, I read, I go teach a yoga class. Maybe I take a yoga class, and then I get outside, I go for a hike, I go for a walk, I enjoy, the outdoors, I read some more, and I just get to relax, and I get to travel, and I get to see things, and maybe I go shopping, maybe I go to an art gallery, maybe I work on an art project or a craft project. That to me sounds like the perfect day. So how do I get there? That doesn't involve any work, right? So I have to make money to have that life. So how do I get there? I work really hard right now doing something I love, doing something that I can really sink my teeth into and have purpose. And I build my Beachbody business. And I love Beachbody, don't get me wrong, I love Beachbody. And I'm not sure I could ever not work my Beachbody business, but I'm just saying that to me, when I envision a perfect day, that's what a perfect day looks like. So, so how do I get there? I build my Beachbody business, and I work with people that I love, and I encourage them, and I support them, and I continue to recruit, and I continue to find self-starters. Okay, because that's going to allow me to create residual income so that I can live whatever kind of life I want to live. I can travel. Adam and I can go anywhere. We can travel. We can go to Europe for 6 months and just frolic around Europe and enjoy life and see what life has to offer, right? What the world has to offer. So for me right now, it's about, I'm finally realizing that I have to really focus on empowering my team when they first come on board. When they first join me, I have to empower them and teach them, this is you, this is on you. You have the power, you make the choices, and you go for it. Okay, and then I get to work 80% on recruiting. I get to go out there and I get to work on finding new people to show them that they can live a better life. Because part of my why is not only living that lifestyle, but helping others find their perfect day in the life and being able to live that as well. So if I can expect and show my coaches that they want to be self-starters and expect self-starters, and not give my time to the people that aren't self-starters, I can focus more on recruiting. The more people that I recruit, the more self-starters that I'm going to get. The more people that are going to be inspired to come to my level and to run side by side with me. Or walk. Maybe we're walking some days. Hey, whatever. So that's just kind of where I've been with my business and the last 2 weeks, being in Dallas and being around some amazing leaders and connecting with them and picking their brains, and then being in Sarasota this past weekend and really being able to connect to my why and to have time for myself and really see what I want. Okay, that's just kind of where I've come to. So I've also really started to think about social media. So before we went to Dallas, for like probably 2 or 3 weeks before Dallas, I was feeling so stuck with social media. Like, what am I posting? What am I doing? I don't even know, especially on Instagram. I just couldn't figure it out. I'd asked a friend to kind of look at my Instagram profile and check it over, give me some advice. And it was advice I knew that was coming, but then it made me even more stuck because I wasn't ready to put the time in to strategize. And that's really what it comes down to, is having a strategy. We can't just be free-flowing, putting stuff out there on social media. We have to have a strategy. So I sat down this past weekend when I had time to myself and I started making a strategy. What did I want on social media? What were the things that I wanted to attract, and what do I want to put out there? Because you know what Shalene says, and she said this in Dallas, like, you really have to be focused. She said this on, I listened to Amy Porterfield's podcast, and Shalene was a guest on Amy Porterfield's podcast talking about Instagram, and it was awesome. And she was talking about, you really really just have, a feature account that focuses on one thing. So people that really love that one thing can come to you on that one thing. And I've been kind of toying with the idea of having a yoga account for the longest time. And that was really the catalyst to say, okay, I can do this. I can create a yoga account. I'm going to go for it. So that's what I did. I created it, and so far it's going great. And I absolutely love that I can split my personal account. And I have things now that I'm focusing on my personal account and then on my yoga account. And here's what I did. I brainstormed and I strategized on each of those accounts, and I said, what am I going to post? I have like 5 things that I'm going to post. And if my things don't fit into those 5 categories, I'm not posting it. Okay? It's got to be something that people expect. People want to see that same message. So have an idea, a strategy, have categories of what you're going to post. Have a plan. So I also decided I'm going to brainstorm. Every Sunday, I'm going to brainstorm for what I'm going to post for the week. Just start writing, like brainstorm, like ideas like, okay, if I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship and coaching and joining my team on my Instagram, what are ideas that I can talk about? And just brainstorm, get them out. If I'm going to talk about that I'm an insanity teacher or that I'm a presenter or whatever, I'm going to talk about that. Okay? I'm going to brainstorm about that. On my yoga page, if I want to talk about a certain topic for the week, and really get that message and dive into that message, I want to brainstorm on that. If I'm going to work on, whatever else that I'm working on, if I want to talk about clean eating, I'm going to brainstorm about that. Okay, so I'm going to start brainstorming every Sunday to get my ideas out so I have a plan for the week. It's just like anything, just like food prepping. It's just like, let's just get it done and have a plan for the week. Okay. Because I know a lot of you guys work full time and you just get busy, and then you're busy and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know what to post. And you just throw something up there and it's just not really part of your strategy, right? So you want to put something out there that makes sense. Okay. I also decided that I'm going to focus on Facebook, my Facebook like page, my Instagram page, and Pinterest. While we were in Dallas, we were able to listen to Natalie Jill, and she has a new Pinterest program that teaches you how to use Pinterest to get traffic to your website, to Facebook, to Instagram, different places, to YouTube. Excuse me. So I'm signed up for her course, and I'm going to learn more about Pinterest. And how to really gain traction on Pinterest. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to be focusing on for my social media. So I have a platform and a strategy for all of those. And I recommend that you do the same. Okay, I'm also working on my website. So my website was something that I did a while back, and it just fell off because it wasn't the right time really for me to have a website. But now that I've been listening to Amy Porterfield, and if you don't listen to her podcast and you're really interested in getting your website up and going, getting Facebook ads up and going, she's amazing. She really has a ton of great stuff. So listen to her podcast. It's really predominantly how to build your Facebook like page and how to use ads for Facebook. But gosh, she just has so much great stuff, and I've been listening to her podcast like crazy, just eating it all up and taking tons of notes. But I'm working on my website, and what I'm working on is having 3 categories of people that I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be focusing on baby boomers, so people that are 50 plus. And I'm going to be focusing on helping them make a better lifestyle decision as they get older. So I'm going to have a free giveaway for them. I'm going to focus on people that are like 27 all the way up to 37 and focus on giving them like organizational tips and tips to maybe like kind of that seed them into, or plant the seed for them into owning their own business and possibly being a coach on my team. So I'm still working on that stuff. And then lastly, I want to work with that same age range, so 27 to 37, 40-ish, and focus on the 21-day fix. So I have like these 3 categories of people that I want to do a giveaway for. I'm also thinking of adding like a yoga giveaway. I haven't decided yet, but I'm really just trying to think, who is my target audience and what do I want to give to them to have them sign up for my email list. So right now I'm really focusing on building an email list. Really want an email list versus Facebook. I want to get people on an email list so I can control the message that I'm sending out to them and making sure that they're seeing it when I want them to see it in their inbox. Okay, so I'm working a lot on that. So I hired someone to work on my website, and we're working through it. So that's kind of like my project work that I'm really diving into right now. And because I'm allowing my team to be self-motivated and empower them to be self-motivated, I'm now clearing some of my plate from, you know, always reaching out to my team and whatever to work on the project work, to get my website to where I want it to be. Ultimately, what I envision with this is that I have a Facebook ad running for a free giveaway, and say, let's just say, for instance, it is my 50 plus people. This is what I envision. So I have a free giveaway for them, and that's going to be my ebook, my e-recipe book. It's called Sarah's Kitchen, and it's going to be a giveaway. Once they sign up and they get my ebook, there's going to be a series of emails that go out to them talking about living healthy as they get older and vitality and all this stuff. And I'm going to give them tips, and I'm going to give them freebies. There's a series of like 6 emails that I've written to them. That's all done on an autoresponder in MailChimp. Okay, and on that last email, I'm going to talk to them about my program called Fitness and Nutrition Basics that I just launched with the launch of P90. And it was a series. What I did for this challenge group was a series of videos. I made like short 5 to 10 minute videos every day talking about a new topic about fitness and nutrition basics. What I'm going to do with these videos is I'm going to have them on my blog, and I'll be having people, I'll be emailing them once a day. So the program that I'm selling is, hey, you buy P90 and Shakeology, so the challenge pack, for $180, and then you get access to log into my fitness and nutrition basics course on my website. I'm not going to get them on Facebook. I'm not going to do a challenge group. I'm going to allow the process to run without much engagement from me. Now, they'll still have access to me. They'll still have access to comment on the videos and ask questions, and I'll be engaging on my blog that way, but it's going to be a whole different experiment. So we'll see how it goes. That's how I envision that particular flow. I haven't worked on some of the other flows yet, but that's what I'm working on, okay? So just to give you an idea, that's just kind of some of the project work I'm working on. And a lot of this is going to be stuff that seems overwhelming or too much for you, but just know that this is just stuff that you're going to grow into. As a new coach, there's the basics that you need to be focusing on. Right now, I'm doing this because I need to extend my reach. I need to meet new people, and Facebook like page and ads and getting people to my website is definitely the way to go for me, automating it a little bit more and hiring someone to help me do that. Okay. The team retreat. So I want to talk about that. I've been getting a lot of questions about the team retreat that I posted about, you know, that we were thinking about doing in February in California. It's still on the table. We're still thinking about it. I'm not exactly sure if we're still going to go through with it. Remember when I posted, it was just a, hey, I'm just gauging interest here. So I have not decided if we're going through with it. We're working out the details over the next couple of weeks. I know that it's coming up fast, so we will, if we are, yes, doing it, yes or no, I will let everybody know by the very beginning of December. That's when I'll know for sure, and we'll make the decision by then. So hang tight. I really hope that we can do it. I'm just not quite sure February is the right timing, so I'll just keep you guys posted. Okay, so thanks for being patient with that. And then also, lastly, I want to talk about is the push to the end of the year. So I know November is a tough time. I know that it's trying, and I know that it's gonna really make you dig deep. But here's the deal: people need our help now more than ever. This is when people just fall off. They need something. They need some sort of accountability. Talk to your people. Talk to all of your previous customers about, hey, I know you're going to be eating like crap during the holidays. Can you please commit to Shakeology for 45 days till the end of the year? Commit to Shakeology through the end of the holidays so you know that you are getting something good in your body. Please just commit to that. Please commit to working out with whatever DVD program you have for 3 days. I'm going to start a group that's called Maintaining Through the Holidays. Please join me. Get people on Shakeology through the holidays so that they are getting something good fueled in their body. Okay, we know people are going to eat bad and eat treats, but if we can get something good in their body, just one thing good, at least we know that they're staying halfway healthy, and they're trying to maintain somewhat during the holidays. Okay, Shakeology will absolutely help with that. So plead them to put something good in their body during the holidays. Ask them to do that for themselves. All right, because the end of the year is really, this is where we need to push, and I talked about this back in September, that October, November, and December are the big months that we have to push. Why do we push in these months? Because the more people that we can get on our teams and train and get drinking Shakeology through the end of the year, the bigger our January is going to be. We're all going to benefit by building now and getting people involved in January and getting their feet wet and ready to run in January. Why? Because January is when people say yes. This is when people, 80% of the time, 80% more likely to say, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm in. Let's do it. So if you have coaches trained, if you have coaches ready to go, there will be so many more people that we can reach as a team. So let's do that. Let's just make sure that we're reaching as many people come January, that our coaches are well equipped, and all of that. So with that, I will let you guys go. I hope that you have an awesome week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. See you guys. Bye.